Hey there, welcome back to our channel. Are you ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's often misunderstood: maturity. It's not just about your age or physical growth, but it's about how you perceive and react to the world around you. We've all met that 30-year-old who acts like they're still in high school, right? And we've also seen teenagers who carry themselves with the wisdom of someone twice their age. So, what gives? In this video, we're going to uncover the 10 signs of maturity. These are the indicators that show you're evolving, growing, and yes, maturing. So, whether you're on the path of personal growth or you're curious about where you stand, this video is a must-watch. Let's get started and explore these signs together. Stay tuned. Let's dive into our first sign of maturity. Small talks no longer excite you. You know you're maturing when you start to crave deeper, more meaningful conversations. Small talk, the kind of chit-chat about the weather or what you did over the weekend, just doesn't cut it for you anymore. You yearn for discussions that stimulate your mind and soul, conversations that challenge your thoughts and beliefs. This doesn't mean you despise small talk or see it as a waste of time. On the contrary, you understand its social function and can engage in it when necessary, but it's no longer your preferred mode of communication. You'd rather discuss ideas, dreams, fears, and aspirations. You're interested in people's stories, their experiences, and their perspectives on life. This shift from small talk to deep conversation is a clear sign of maturity. It shows that you're ready to explore the complexities of life and human nature, that you're not afraid to question, to learn, and to grow. So the next time you find yourself bored with small talk and yearning for something more, remember, it's not a bad thing. It's a sign that you're maturing. Moving on to our second sign of maturity. Sleep is better than a Friday night out. There comes a point in your life when you start to value your well-being more than socializing. You begin to realize that a good night's sleep is more rewarding than a late-night party. This doesn't mean you've become antisocial or boring. It simply means you've started to understand the importance of rest and self-care. You've probably experienced those Friday nights when all you wanted to do was curl up with a good book or watch your favorite show, rather than go out and party. And when you wake up the next morning feeling refreshed and rejuvenated, you know you made the right choice. This preference for sleep over a night out is not a sign of aging, but a sign of maturity. It shows that you're taking care of your physical and mental health, and that's something to be proud of. Let's delve into our third sign of maturity. You forgive more. As we mature, we begin to understand that holding on to anger and resentment only hurts us in the long run. We learn that forgiveness is not about letting someone off the hook for their actions, but about freeing ourselves from the burden of carrying around negative emotions. When you find yourself more willing to forgive, it's a clear sign of emotional maturity. You've realized that everyone makes mistakes, including yourself, and that forgiveness is a crucial part of personal growth and maintaining healthy relationships. It shows that you're capable of empathy and understanding, and that you value peace of mind over harboring grudges. So, if you find yourself forgiving more, take it as a sign that you're growing as a person. On to our fourth sign of maturity. You become open-minded. Maturity often brings with it a willingness to consider different perspectives and ideas, even if they challenge your own beliefs. You're no longer interested in being right all the time, but rather, you're interested in understanding others and the world around you. This open-mindedness is a clear sign of intellectual and emotional maturity. Being open-minded doesn't mean you don't have your own beliefs or opinions. It means you're willing to listen to others, to consider their viewpoints, and to learn from them. It shows that you understand the world is a diverse place, full of unique individuals with their own experiences and perspectives. So, if you find yourself more open to new ideas and less attached to your own, take it as a sign that you're maturing. Let's move on to our fifth sign of maturity. You respect differences. As we mature, we begin to understand and appreciate the diversity of the world around us. We realize that everyone has their own unique experiences, perspectives, and beliefs, and that these differences are what make us human. You no longer see differences as a threat or a source of conflict, but as an opportunity to learn and grow. Respecting differences means you're able to interact with people who are different from you in a respectful and understanding way. You're able to listen to their viewpoints, even if you don't agree with them, and you're able to express your own views without belittling or dismissing theirs. This respect for differences is a clear sign of emotional and social maturity. It shows that you're capable of empathy and understanding, and that you value diversity and inclusivity. Let's explore our sixth sign of maturity. You don't force love. Maturity brings with it the understanding that love cannot be forced. It has to happen naturally and organically. You realize that everyone has their own pace and timing when it comes to love. You understand that just because you're ready for love doesn't mean the other person is. And that's okay. You no longer cling to relationships that aren't working out of fear of being alone. You understand that it's better to be single than in a relationship where you're not valued. You've learned to respect yourself and your feelings enough not to settle for less than you deserve. This understanding that love can't be forced is a clear sign of emotional maturity. It shows that you're capable of patience, understanding, and most importantly, self-love. Let's discuss our seventh sign of maturity. You accept heartaches. Maturity comes with the understanding that heartaches are a part of life. They're not just painful experiences, but also valuable lessons. You realize that every heartache you've been through has shaped you into the person you are today. It has made you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You no longer view heartaches as the end of the world, but as stepping stones on your journey of personal growth. You understand that it's okay to feel pain, to grieve, and to heal at your own pace. You've learned to accept heartaches, not as permanent states of being, but as temporary moments of discomfort that lead to long-term growth and happiness. So, if you find yourself accepting heartaches and learning from them, take it as a sign that you're maturing. Let's talk about our eighth sign of maturity. You don't judge easily. As we mature, we begin to understand that everyone has their own journey and their own battles to fight. We realize that it's not fair to judge people based on our own standards and experiences. We learn to accept people as they are, without trying to fit them into our own boxes. Being non-judgmental doesn't mean you agree with everyone or everything. It simply means you're willing to accept that there are different perspectives and ways of life. You understand that everyone is doing their best with what they have. This ability to withhold judgment and show empathy is a clear sign of emotional maturity. It shows that you're capable of understanding and acceptance, and that you value diversity and individuality. Let's discuss our ninth sign of maturity. You sometimes prefer to be silent than to engage in a nonsense fight. Maturity brings with it the wisdom to choose your battles wisely. You realize that not every disagreement needs to be turned into a fight. Sometimes it's better to remain silent and let the storm pass. This doesn't mean you're weak or that you're avoiding conflict. It simply means you're wise enough to know that some battles are just not worth fighting. Choosing silence over a pointless argument shows emotional intelligence. It shows that you value peace and harmony over proving yourself right. It shows that you're capable of putting your ego aside and prioritizing your mental peace. So, if you find yourself choosing silence over a nonsense fight, take it as a sign that you're maturing. Finally, let's talk about our 10th sign of maturity. Your happiness doesn't depend on people, but on your inner self. As we mature, we begin to understand that our happiness is not dependent on others, but on ourselves. We realize that we are in control of our own emotions and that we have the power to choose happiness, regardless of our circumstances or the people around us. This is a powerful realization that comes with maturity. When you find your happiness within yourself, you're no longer reliant on others for your emotional well-being. You understand that while others can add to your happiness, they are not the source of it. Your happiness comes from your own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. This self-reliance is a clear sign of emotional maturity. It shows that you're capable of self-love and self-care, and that you understand the importance of mental health. In conclusion, maturity is not just about age or physical growth. It's about how you perceive and react to the world around you. It's about being open-minded, forgiving, and understanding. It's about choosing your battles wisely, respecting differences, and finding happiness within yourself. Remember, everyone matures at their own pace, and that's perfectly okay. The important thing is that you're making progress, no matter how small. So, keep growing, keep learning, and keep maturing, because the journey to maturity is a journey worth taking. Thank you for joining us on this journey today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful videos. Until next time, take care and keep growing.